down on mats. Tonight we're going to do a low back and hamstring class. So that's kind of what we're going to focus on tonight. As always, if you need to go down in child's pose, just take a rest. Don't do anything that hurts or anything like that. But I'm going to try to show some different variations you can do, like up dog and some different things. So we'll take it in steps. So we'll do the first step and then just stay with the first step if that's good enough, and then we can always add on if we need to. So I think what we'll do tonight is go ahead and start in child's pose. I don't usually start in child's pose, but this being a low back and hamstring class, child's pose is a great pose to kind of stretch out that low back. So let's take our knees wide for this and just press your hips back. Arms are straight in front of you, forehead is down on the mat. And just take a minute here to breathe. And you're pushing your butt back into your heels. And I even kind of like to press into my hands to push myself back. And you should feel a stretch there in your low back. And just let your body settle and relax. And as we practice tonight, just try to stay in the moment and just let go of any stress or any negative thing that happened today. Just let it go, let it be in the past. And just stay right here in the present. And then let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the right. So we're staying in child's pose, but we're reaching our hands over to the right so that we can feel that stretch all the way down our left side. And you can even kind of push into your left hip. So as we stretch out the low back, we're also going to try to kind of stretch out the sides as well, which can contribute to low back pain. It's crazy how everything affects everything. So tight hamstrings and tight sides, all of that can affect the low back. And then go ahead and bring your hands to the middle and then over to the left. Pressing into that right hip, stretching out that side. Take a big deep breath right into the space where you feel the stretch the most. And go ahead and inhale and come back up, and let's go up to our hands and knees. So pressing into our hands, spreading those fingers wide like starfish, distributing the weight evenly throughout your hands so it's not all jammed right there into your wrists. And then let's go ahead and lift our right arm up to the sky and open your chest. And then as you exhale, take that arm through and lay down on that shoulder. And you can press into your left hand and twist. And twists are really good for your low back as well to increase that flexibility. If you feel pain, of course, back off a little bit. I always like this stretch because I feel it in my shoulder and my back, which feels great. Go ahead and inhale and come back up, and we'll do the other side. So left arm goes up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, take it through. This is called thread the needle. And if you want to increase that twist a little, just press into that right hand and open your chest even further. Big deep breaths. And inhale, come back up. Hands and knees. We'll do a cat and cow here. So we're pressing into our palms, rounding our back, pulling your belly in, and then exhale, let that go. Look up to the sky. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, let your belly hang. And then one more round. Inhale. Then come back to neutral. And let's take our right arm straight in front of us with our thumb pointing up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and extend that leg back. Your right arm and left leg. So we're doing opposite sides. Toes are pointing down towards the ground. And as you exhale, take it in and curl in and touch your elbow to your knee. And then extend. Inhale, extend, inhale, extend. And you can either stay here or you can try to reach back and grab that foot and see if you can stretch that quad out. This is a balance pose, so it increases core strength as well as balance. And then exhale, place everything down. And we'll go do that on the other side. So left arm extends with your thumb up to the ceiling. Right leg with your toes pointed down. Take a big breath in and exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, extend. See how tight you can pull it in and extend. And then again, either stay there or reach your arm back, grab that foot and press into the foot and open your chest up. And then go ahead and exhale down. So from here, we'll go ahead and press back into our first down dog. So your fingers are spread wide, pressing your hips up. Your low back is not rounded, it's flat, which means you kind of have to press your hips up towards the ceiling. Your heels are trying to come down to the ground. Your head is kind of just hanging heavy. Shoulders are pulled back from your ears. This is a great hamstring stretch and low back stretch and strengthening pose. So this down dog is one of my all-time favorites for just about everything. And go ahead and inhale and look forward and just start to walk your feet forward here. And right now our feet should be hip-width distance apart. And let's just do a ragdoll here. So put your your hands in either elbow and just sway side to side. Think about putting your weight more in your toes than your heels. So you're kind of leaning forward a little bit. Imagine your butt is just going straight up to the sky. So you're kind of pressing your hips up, your head is hanging. And then we're just gonna very slowly inhale with your upper body limp, just slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra. And then roll your shoulders back. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale down to your heart center. We'll do our first sun salutation. So we can go ahead and inhale, arms up to the sky. Every time we come up to the sky, if you guys want, you can always do a slight back bend, if your body likes that. And then exhale, fold down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Your hands can be on your shins, or on the mat, wherever that works for you. And then exhale, fold again. And then inhale, plant those hands and step back into plank. Now, part of having a healthy low back is strengthening your core. So we are going to be doing some strengthening exercises. But for now, let's go ahead and put our knees down And just a reminder, if this is what works best for you, I want you to do this throughout the whole class. Just bend your arms and come down, bring your chest down. And you can lay flat on the floor. And then you inhale, push up. This is Cobra. Later, I'll be showing a different variation. Exhale down. And then inhale, plant your hands, push up to your knees. And then to plank. And back to down dog. So if that's enough for you, I want you to keep doing that. On the next series, I'll show you a way to take it a little further. And then in down dog, look forward between your hands, and then exhale and start to step up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Hands touch. Exhale down to your heart. Okay, so let's do that again, but this time we're going to add on some extra poses in between. So let's go ahead and inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Back to plank. In plank, make sure that your belly's not sagging, your butt's not sagging, you're a nice straight line. And then you can either lower your knees or you can go down into chaturanga where you just bend your elbows and go straight down onto your belly. Inhale, push into the mat, Cobra, shoulders rolled back. You can push up a little higher this time if you want. Exhale down. Inhale, push into the mat, up to plank, back to down dog. Just take a big deep breath in down dog. And then let's go ahead and lift that right leg up to the sky. You can roll out your foot. Bend that knee if you like to open up that hip. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And then exhale, slowly pull that knee and that foot through in between your hands. And then we're gonna put that knee down and lay that leg flat. So your foot is flat on the mat, perfect. Now make sure that you're not leaning forward over your knee, that you're pulled back. That leg should be straight up and down. And kind of move around a little bit until you feel that stretch right down the front of your leg. So if you need to feel that stretch more, instead of moving forward, pull that back leg, pull it back. Pull that right hip or left hip back. And if you want to take it deeper, you can kind of move that right foot over, bring both hands inside. And then you can play with seeing how it feels to come down to your arms, if that doesn't hurt anything. And this is lizard. I always rock side to side to kind of work out any kinks there. And then go ahead and push back up. Now keeping everything the same, come back up with your hands on your knee. So your back leg is the same, pressing into your knee and feeling that stretch all the way down the front of that left leg. You can stay here or you can inhale and bring your arms up and look up. And do a little back bend. This is a balance pose too, so there's a lot of strength building there. And then go ahead and exhale. You can bring your hands down to the mat, and then you can pull your back leg in to stretch it. You can either just keep it there to feel that stretch, or you can reach back and grab the foot. If you like to use a strap, you can always hook that and pull with a strap. Whatever works for you. And then exhale. Lean back, pull your hips back so that your front leg is straight. This is a half splits. And this is a great stretch. You should feel it all the way down your hamstring and into your low back, and you can kind of move your hips back and forth to see where that stretch feels the best. Okay, and then let's go ahead and come forward into runner's lunge. Plant your hands, lift that back leg up. Come back to plank, and then push back to down dog. So just take a minute here to feel if you feel any difference from one side to the other. If you're feeling stretched out at all, if one side feels warmer. And go ahead and inhale and lift that left leg up. And then you can open that hip and let that foot fall back, opening up through that left side. And then pull it through in between your hands. So when the knee is up, that's runner's lunge, but we're gonna go ahead and lay down that leg. And this is low lunge. And just kind of play around until you feel that stretch in the front of that right leg. So again, your knee is straight up and down. You can see all of your toes. And then if you'd like to go further, again, we can take both of our hands on the inside of that leg and just see how it feels to come on down. So this one changes things a little bit because it gets a little bit more into that hip. But also stretching the front of the right leg as well. Go ahead and inhale, push into your hands. And that's when we put our hand on our knee and come up a little bit. We still want to make sure that we're stretching out that front of that leg, so the front of your right leg. And from here, you can stay here, or you can try that balance pose where you inhale, arms up. You can look up, you can do a slight back bend. And then exhale, hands on either side of that leg. And we can add that quad stretch if you did it on the other side. Using the strap if you need, or just pulling that foot in. Supporting your weight on your hand. And then exhale, let that foot come down. And then take your hips back so that we're stretching out. The left leg is straight. You should feel this in your hamstring. Toes are pointed up at the ceiling. You're pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward to feel that stretch even more in your half splits. Go ahead and inhale, come forward, press into the mat, lift that back leg up, and then take that left foot back into plank. And then press into down dog. Let's just go ahead and come back down into a child's pose real quick. And just take a breath and see how it feels in your body. Your knees can be nice and wide. Your butt's pressing back to your feet. And you're stretching your arms out as far away from you as you can. Okay, let's go ahead and push back up into down dog. Take a big deep breath and let it go. Let everything go. And then inhale, walk your feet forward in between your mat or your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up.
Back bend if you like.
Exhale, heart center. All right, let's do another flow, adding on a couple different poses. So we'll inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Now we're gonna go down into chaturanga if you did that before, and then we're gonna go into up dog if you're ready for that, or just continue to do cobra like we have. So from here, lower yourself down, and when you're halfway, flip your feet to where you're, and then press into your palms. So your arms are straight, your feet, you're on the tops of your feet, and your legs are completely off the ground. So you can always do this as upward dog. You can do this anytime you like. And then from here, you exhale and you go straight into down dog. So that's an option. I'm not gonna cue that one again, but I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like and what that feels like. So you can do that at any point whenever we go down into cobra. You can do an up dog instead. Okay, from here, go ahead and lift that right leg again, and then bring it forward into high lunge. So in high lunge, your leg is off the mat, right leg is forward, and then press into your left hand and bring your right arm up to the sky. So your chest is opening to the sky. We're supporting ourselves with that left hand. And then go ahead and exhale. Come back to high lunge. From here, we are going to press into our foot and bring ourselves up into crescent. So in crescent, that back foot heel is off the mat. It's very similar to Warrior One, but it's off the mat. And then from here, everything stays the same, except I want you to turn that back foot 45-degree angle. So the only difference, now we're in Warrior One, the only difference is that placement of that back foot. And then Warrior Two, exhale your hands down to your heart center and spread your arms wide, open your hips. That's Warrior Two. And then exhale, put your elbow on your knee or your hand on the ground, and then extend that left arm up over your head. So this is the extended side angle. And then exhale, both hands on either side of that foot. Spin on your foot to where you're in lunge again. Exhale, back to plank. From plank, you can just go to down dog, or you can do chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Just take a big deep breath there. Calm your breath down. We're moving slow, and sometimes that's a lot harder. It takes a lot of strength to move slowly. So let's do that same flow on the left side. Left foot goes up. You can open your hip. Exhale, pull it through, in between your hands, to high lunge. High lunge, that leg is off the mat. And then you're just gonna press strongly into that foot to bring your upper body up into crescent. And from crescent, all you do is spin that foot to a 45-degree angle, your right foot. Everything else stays the same. You can clasp your hands or they can be shoulder width apart, it doesn't matter. And then exhale, open your arms, open your hips up. Warrior Two. Deep breath here. The goal is to get that leg as parallel with the earth as you can. And then exhale, take either the elbow to the knee or the hand on the inside, and then extend that right arm over your ear with your pinky down towards the ground. And from here, we'll just spin onto our toes. Place your hands down so you're back in runner's lunge. And then take that left foot back to plank. And either go straight to down dog if you're a little tired, or challenge yourself and do chaturanga. Dog. And down dog. And we all meet back in down dog. Let's go ahead and take it down into a child's pose and rest. In child's pose, take the time to kind of even your breath out. If you started breathing a little faster as we're working, just let everything go. Breathe it all out. Okay, go ahead and press up into your hands. And we're gonna try one more flow before we bring it down and do some stretches. So if you wanna try this flow, you can either stand down to our child's pose if you need a rest, or we can try one last flow here. If you're ready for that, you can press down into down dog. Take a big deep breath in down dog. Go ahead and raise that right leg again and bring it forward. Spin that foot down so we're rising up into warrior one. And then this time in warrior one, let's take our hands behind our back and clasp them if you can, and then take them down. So we're doing a little back bend. And then exhale. You guys have blocks, you don't have blocks, so we'll just skip that. Okay, come back to plank. And down dog. I forgot to have you guys get blocks, so I had something else planned, but we're just gonna skip that because we kind of needed blocks for it. So sorry about that. And then inhale, raise that left leg up, bring it forward. Spin that right foot down at a 45-degree angle and raise yourself up. So we're in warrior one. And then exhale with your hands, reach back to clasp the opposite way. And then take your hands down your back and do a little back bend here. Take a big deep breath. And then exhale, hands on either side of that foot. Back to plank and down to child's pose. Okay, we're gonna go into pigeon, which is a great stretch for your hips. So I like to get into pigeon by going down dog first. So from down dog, you can take that right leg and raise it up, and then just pull it through and place it behind your hands. So if your hip, thank you, Matt, for getting blocks, because some people might need them here. If your hip is like high off the ground like that, you can sit on a block, so you can put it underneath your hip to try to support there. But if it's okay, you can lay that leg straight on the ground. And the more forward you bring your front leg, the more intense the stretch is. So if your front leg is parallel with the front of your mat, that's pretty intense. And then the closer you bring that foot into your groin, the less intense it is. So just find where it feels good for you. If it works for you, that left leg is back behind you. And you can kind of puff up your chest from here and do a little bit of a back bend there, and then slowly take your hands forward and just go to wherever feels good. So you can place your head on a block, or you can just lay it down on the floor, or you can kind of prop your head up with your hands. So I love this stretch for my hips, and I also feel it right into my low back. Our hips get so tight. You're working at a desk, or even if you're riding your bike or doing anything, those are big muscles and they get real tight. And just try to melt. Pigeon's an intense pose, so just try to melt those muscles. As you breathe out, let it go. You can inhale, push yourself up, or you can stay laying down. If you want to you can stay right here, or you can add a quad stretch here as well. So you can reach back and grab that foot. And man, that one is always very intense for me. One of those hurts so good things. So it's weird, the front of your body can also cause tightness in your low back if those muscles in the front of your body are too tight. So as strange as it is, quad stretches are very important to help with your low back. And go ahead and let that go. Go ahead and press into your hands to come back to plank. So to do that, I like to press into my hands and bring my knee up, and then just shoot that leg back. And we're in plank here. Now, we talked about how building strength in your core is so important for your low back, but it also is important to have strength all the way around your core. So let's go ahead and roll over and put our weight on our left hand. So you can either do side plank like this, or you can put that knee down if that's a little too much. So whatever works for you. Your right arm is up towards the ceiling, your chest is open. And then you go ahead and come back to plank. And then we'll try that on the other side. So roll over onto your right foot. Your feet can be staggered, or they can be stacked on top of each other. Knee can be down. Pressing into that right hand. Really working on strength on your side body. Exhale back to plank. And then let's just come down to child's pose for just a second so I can catch my breath. So I can keep talking. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and just let it out through your mouth. And one more time. Okay, and let's press up, down to down dog again. And we'll do that pigeon on the left side. So left leg rises, pull it through behind your hands. Same cues as last time, so put a block under that hip. And you guys, you know it's gonna be completely different from one side to the other. A lot of people are tight on this left side, worse than the right. I don't know why. So first you can try puffing up your chest, small back bend, and then exhale. Let's fold on down. Doing whatever you did on the other side if you used your block. Whatever worked for you. Just let everything go. Relax that hip. Melt it into the ground. You might even feel it stretching in different areas. Like I feel it more in my hip and less in my back. And the other side was the opposite. So just paying attention to the different sides of your body and how things aren't always equal. Let's go ahead and press back up and either stay here in pigeon, or if you did on the other side, bend that leg and reach back and just see. Ooh, that's always a. If you want to go further, you can flip your grip and grab from the top of your foot. And let's go ahead and exhale. And we'll do what we did before. So push into that foot to bring yourself up, and then just shoot that leg back to plank. And let's do a couple more side planks. So, sorry guys, don't hate me. Okay, let's do the left side first. On your left arm, your knee can be down, it can be up. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, plank. And then we'll roll over to the other side. Right arm is up to the sky. I'm sorry, left arm. Pressing into your right hand. Go ahead and exhale down to plank. And then let your knees come down. So from here, let's just shift forward on our bellies. And do some stretches here. So, one of my favorite stretches, this is for shoulders. Take your arm, I don't know, bend your arm where your hand is to your right. I can't come up with words to describe it. Thank you. My mind went blank, so, bend that thing like chicken wing. Okay. And then go ahead and lift up your left leg and start to kind of pull it back while your head's on the ground until you feel a stretch through that right shoulder. And you might not even have to have your foot behind you, just wherever, as far as you go to feel that stretch through that arm. For some reason, this gets so tight on me, and if I don't do this frequently, it really can cause a lot of pain in my shoulders. So this is a good one. It's always really intense for me, but It's a good one. And let's go ahead and come back to center and try that on the other side. Thank you, Michelle, for the terminology, the 90-degree angle. Such a difficult concept for my brain right now. And then you can take your leg behind you if you need that extra leverage. Just however much you need to feel that stretch. Oh, through your shoulder, through your armpit, all the way down your arm. It stretches out my bicep. Oh. I think it's called broken wing, this one, which it really does feel like my wing is broken right now. And then go ahead and inhale, come back to your stomach. And then let's just lay our heads right on our left arm, and then reach back, and let's do another quad stretch. I know it's weird that I'm doing all these quad stretches in a low back class, but when I hurt my back, last September, and I had 2 bulging discs, I realized my quads are so tight, and that was really causing my low back pain to be so much worse. So stretching out the front of my body helped me just as much as strengthening. So you can stay there, or you can push yourself up onto your arm if you need to go further. So wherever you guys need to go to feel that quad stretch. And then we'll go ahead and let go. And let's do the other side. So just rest your head on that right arm and pull that foot in until you feel that quad stretch. So if you have low back pain, work on stretching out your back, stretching out your hamstrings, the front of your body, or your quads, your sides. It's all contributing to that. Either stay there or come up if you want a deeper stretch. And flip your grip on the top of that foot. And working on your core strength is really what protects your low back and keeps further dysfunction from happening. Okay, go ahead and let go of that. And let's press up onto our hands and knees just so that we can come and swing our legs in front of us. I think we're done with all the prone poses. So staff pose is you're just sitting up nice and tall. Your legs are straight out in front of you. Your shoulders are rolled back. Just kind of opening your chest up, and then you can place your hands down on the mat. And just breathing in deep there. Even just doing this really creates some strength in your core because you're holding yourself up so straight. I mean, we don't do that very often. It's kind of, can be tough. And then let's do a forward fold from here. So go ahead and inhale, arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, start to fold forward. And just stop wherever it feels good. So you can grab your ankles, grab your feet. Once you've gone as far as you want, you can slowly round your head down. Great hamstring stretch here, low back. It's harder to take deep breaths, but keep taking deep breaths. It's hard when our stomachs are compressed to do that. And inhale gently, come on up. And we're going to do a similar stretch, but we're going to take our right leg and bring it in and just place that foot against the inside of your thigh. So right foot is against left thigh, Toes are straight up towards the ceiling. And again, we're just going to inhale and fold forward and just let everything go. The way I like to do it isn't, I don't think it's traditional, but I kind of like to cross my right hand over my foot so that I'm getting a stretch all the way down my right side. Almost like a little twist, but you just do it whatever feels right for you. Keep breathing. And then inhale, come on up, and we'll switch sides. So right leg goes out straight, left foot goes against your right thigh. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. Either with or without that twist, you can just go straight down, or you can kind of go down more towards the right. Inhale, come on up. I don't know what I was going to do next. Oh, let's do a twist. Okay, so left leg out, right leg in. And then take your left arm and just hug your knee. And sitting up very straight, you can kind of kickstand with your right hand and start to gently twist. So spinal twists are really good to maintain a healthy spine as well. If you are like in severe back pain, it's probably best to avoid them, but if you're just tight, this is really nice. And then let's exhale and switch sides. So left leg comes in, right leg straight out, and just wrap that right arm around this time. Sit up nice and straight, kickstand with that left hand, and just start to look towards the back of the room. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's let that one go. Double pigeon or fire log is next. So you can either just sit cross-legged while we do a forward fold if this is too much. So let's try it. Left leg goes straight across, right leg, you can like pick it up and place it right on top. So your legs are directly on top of each other. Your right ankle's over your left knee, and vice versa. So from here, if that's good enough, that's fine. If you want to take it further, you can walk your hands out and just slowly start to fold down. So this might feel similar to how pigeon felt, but in my body it's even a little more intense, I think. I don't know. But it's an excellent stretch for that hip, that outer hip. Go ahead and inhale, come back up, and then we'll just switch that on out. So switch the cross. Left leg's on top this time. And either stay there if that's good. Oh, and to keep your knees safe, you just want to keep your feet flexed. That kind of helps protect those knees. And then you can just, with a flat back, start to walk forward. And you can always just keep your legs crossed in an easy cross. You don't have to do this.
And take a big deep breath and send it right to that spot that you're stretching where you feel it. You should feel it in that outer left hip, low back. Take big deep breaths and just let everything go. The goal is to let all the stress that has built up in your body throughout the day, just breathe it out. Just let go. You all work so hard during the day, so this is your reward.
Inhale, come back up. And then let's go ahead and just lay on our backs and make sure your straps are next to you, because we're gonna do those hamstring stretches that I cannot seem to do a class without. They're my favorite. So go ahead and lay down on your back. And then put that strap over the ball of your foot, just right behind your toes. Right leg is up, left leg is straight. And just pull that strap straight down and give yourself some traction. I don't know if there's a better hamstring stretch, you guys. This is it. Plus it stretches out the foot as well. So that's a nice bonus. And then go ahead and open that leg. And let's stretch out our inner groin a little bit here. You can even look to the left while your right leg goes to the right. And then inhale up. Switch the grip of your strap and then bring your leg over to your shoulder. So your foot's kind of in line with that left shoulder and it's stretching out that outer hip again. Keep breathing, letting it go. Breathe in, let it go. And then we'll just switch legs. So let's do our left leg. So you're pulling down on the strap that's right behind your toes on the left foot. Feeling that stretch all the way down the back of your leg. And transition the strap to your left hand and open that up. And you can look over to the right. Inhale up, and then take it in your left or right hand. Left toes go over in line with your right shoulder. Stretching out that outer hip again. Go ahead and let go there. Bring that leg down. And then we're going to do a twist. So go ahead and lift up your hips and kind of shift them to the right. Left leg is down on the mat, and then right knee crosses over the left. And I think that made my back crack. So your right hands can be down, your palm can be down on the ground, and you're looking to the right. Left knee is over, left leg is straight. And breathe into your low back.
Go ahead and inhale, come back to center, and we'll do the other side. So take your left hips all the way over, take your hips all the way over to the left. Right leg is straight. And then take your left knee over the right. We always have to take them over to the opposite side first, just to keep your spine kind of in line there. Left arm is out. I like to put my right hand on my knee just to help assist the twist. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing before we relax into Shavasana. So we haven't done this one before. It's called banana pose. So take your legs out long and then take your feet all the way over to the left side of your mat and then raise your arms above your head and take them over to the left side of your mat. But you're laying flat on the ground. You're like mimicking the shape of a banana. And you're stretching all the way from that right pinky all the way down to that right toe. Stretching out your side body. Breathing into the right side. Helping it relax. And then we'll do the other side. So take your feet over to the right corner. Reach your hands over to the right corner. And you can even I like to grab my left hand with my right hand and kind of assist that stretch. And then go ahead and exhale and come back to center. And we've made it to Shavasana. So go ahead and close your eyes, spread your arms out wide, take up as much space as you would like. Your feet can be at least as wide as the mat, wider if you like. Take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let it go and imagine yourself just melting into that mat. Let everything go. If your low back starts to hurt, you can always tuck your knees in, bend your knees if you need to.
ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can start to roll out your wrists and your ankles and bring a little life back to your body. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. On side to side. Massage that low back a little bit if you want. And whenever you're ready, you can roll to your right side and press yourself up. And all together, I would just like to close our eyes and take one big breath in and exhale out. And I bring my hands to the center of my chest. And I say to each and every one of you, thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Guys feel stretched out, relaxed. Step on your low back.